Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Hi, and welcome to the Christmas Time in the City podcast. I'm your host, Chris.
And I'm also your host, Chris. Before we get started, be sure to follow us on social media. We're Christmas Time in the City podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and our YouTube channel.
Be sure to check out our website, christmastimeinthecity.com. That's where you'll find our show notes, videos, and our interactive maps featuring filming locations and iconic Christmas attractions throughout the city. And as always, feel free to email any questions or comments to us at christmastimeinthecitypodcast@gmail.com. Well, we are fully in December.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing it. It's Christmas time in the city.
Full holiday mode.
Full holiday mode. We're listening to Christmas music all the time. We were for a lot of time before.
Yeah.
But now it's almost consistently Christmas music in the house, which I'm sure our neighbors are probably sick of, but don't really care. I'm sick of all of them.
Yeah. Of course, in the car, you gotta have it on.
Yeah.
All of our channels are preset to Christmas channels.
Yeah, on our Sirius XM, as soon as the new channels came out, we went through and reset all of our presets. So we're good to go on Holly and Jolly, Holiday Traditions, which is my favorite.
Yeah, that's a good go-to.
The Mannheim Steamroller channel.
Yeah.
Very cool stuff. I'm happy that we're here.
Now that we just talked about music for a while. We've really done some good holiday stuff recently. We talked about the windows the last time. The last
windows.
podcast. Mm-hmm. And we just saw the tree.
We went to the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree.
We sure did.
We tried to. We got as close as we felt comfortable getting.
Yeah, we stayed our distance. We did not want to wait in the line that was there because there was no clear sign. We didn't really know where the line was. We just knew it looked like it should be there, but there was people lined up way too close to each other.
Yeah, it was pretty packed. It looked almost like you were waiting for like a ride at Disney World or something.
Yeah, it was too close. And so we walked around up to, what did we go to? 48th?
Went to 49th. Oh, actually, we did go to 48th.
Yeah, we went one more street down. So 48th, we turned left there, and we came across the exit. And so we kind of snapped a pic. Well, I snapped a pic. You were live streaming.
Yeah, we'll get to that, though.
Yeah, and so we saw the tree briefly as we walked by. That was kind of nice. And then we went and saw the windows and Saks Fifth Avenue windows, the light show.
The holiday light show that they project onto the wall. I guess not projection. It's actual lights.
Yeah.
And it's really cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Their windows were really neat. I liked the Saks windows. And then, we walked up Fifth. We were in Central Park, Plaza Hotel. Very exciting. Very holiday evening out. Yeah,
there was two reasons for doing it. One, so we can just kind of see what's going on and get a vibe check with the holidays in the city are like, which is one of the reasons we live here. So we wanted to do that for sure. And the second reason was we did a live stream on Facebook, which you can see on our Facebook page now, or you can go to our YouTube channel. And that's where we're going to be posting a lot more live streams moving forward. But yeah, we're going full steam, I think, with YouTube. We're going to be putting on a lot more walking tours and stuff like that so people can get an idea of what's going on in the city. It'd be kind of fun to get like a walking perspective. So that's really exciting.
Yeah, so keep an eye out on our YouTube channel. We're really trying to build it on there. And we need some subscribers while we're talking about it,
We do need some subscribers. There's some limitations to how YouTube works. So in order to be legit enough in their eyes to let us live stream and to let us have like a custom URL and stuff, we have to have a certain amount of subscribers.
Subscribe, help us out, and then we can do live streams more often and better quality.
Yeah, for sure. YouTube. We're really into that. I think it's going to be really fun, and it's going to be a great way for people to find the podcast that would be looking for information about Christmas in New York City. So
right, a good reason for us to go out there and enjoy the city.
Yeah.
So
we've got a lot more to talk about in the news, so let's get into that now.
It's time for the news.
Our first article is something that you might be pretty excited about, at least for the time being, because I don't know if you were fully prepared for it. The New Year's Day Coney Island polar bear plunge has been canceled this year.
And if you didn't know, a few months ago, I told everyone that I would be doing the plunge with everyone out there.
Yeah.
I'd be doing the plunge.
I was looking forward to it.
I was kind of looking forward to it. It was going to be nice to get out of the apartment.
Yeah.
But that's the wrong reason to do it now, so.
Yeah, for the same reason as everything else. It's just a large gathering, so.
Yeah, they want to minimize large gatherings. They couldn't figure out how to do it properly because you'd have to all meet on the beach.
Yeah.
And it does get pretty crowded out there. So it makes sense. I'll bet people are still going to go out and do it unofficially or not sanctioned, but
Right.
we're not going to do that.
No, we'll wait till
it's
next
just an
year.
excuse to not do it, really. But I am going to do it next year then. So this is my declaration that in 2022 actually, because it's on New Year's Day, I'll be doing the polar bear plunge at Coney Island.
Yes. Yes. You've said it. It's happening. You can't get out of it.
Yeah, it's recorded. Have to do it.
So there have been a lot of changes this year in different events around New York City for Christmas. For instance, it's been the first time since 1861 that there's no sitting on Santa's lap at Macy's. So we kind of talked about that already, that Santa wasn't there, but I thought it was really interesting. That's the first time since 1861.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
1861.
They're doing virtual Santa at Macy's.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Maybe for older kids it makes sense. There's also limitations at skating rinks and markets, reduced vendors, obviously reduced crowds, that kind of thing. The holiday caroling and religious services are going to be different. For instance, Cathedral of St. John the Divine at 112th and Amsterdam Avenue will have its carols on the front steps on December 13th. I thought that was pretty interesting. And St. Patrick's Cathedral on 5th will have virtual mass and music. We're talking a lot about the window unveilings. So obviously the public can go see the windows, but their actual unveilings were all virtual as well, just to be a safety precaution.
Yeah, so you could see them online first and then go out and disperse and kind of see them all.
Yeah, no.
That's a good idea for them.
But yeah, that's what I have for the news.
Great, so let's see if we have any listener mail.
You've got listener mail.
We do have listener mail, in fact. Elena wrote in. She says, "Hi, Chris and Chris. I just listened to your podcast and thought it was great. I don't listen to very many podcasts, but I definitely like getting into the Christmas mood. And since I have a lot of family from New York, my dad grew up in Yonkers, I thought this would be a good one to start with. Last time I was in New York, I took a bicycle tour of Central Park and learned quickly that the park is not flat, but has some decent hills throughout. I did survive, despite having numerous issues with the rental bike. LOL. Looking forward to your next podcast. Very Merry Christmas to you." That's very nice of her to reach out. We're sending her some stickers.
Yeah, that was a really nice review. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you too.
Merry Christmas to you. And very briefly, don't rent bikes from those people. Just get a city bike.
Yeah, they have
city
bikes
are,
now.
are cheaper and they're better quality. And you can just leave them in different places, so you don't have to go back to the same spot that you picked it up. How about that? A little bit of a New York City hack. Welcome to Christmas Rhyme in the City.
We'll be showcasing some of our favorite Christmas poems written by people that have called New York City home.
Our first piece comes from someone we've come to know through Instagram. This gentleman is an actor, singer, poet, all-around Renaissance man, and most importantly, a New Yorker. His name is Jesse Adler. You can find him on Instagram at Life Ain't a Movie. Knowing he dabbled in poetry, I reached out and asked if he'd be up for writing a poem for us to read. He delivered, and after reading it, I knew I'd do it a disservice, so I reached back out and asked him if he'd read it for us, and he kindly agreed. So here's The Bells by Jesse Adler.
To each the bells give off a different ring, some little, some sweetly sounding. Many believe it's the angel's bling, to others a joyful pounding. Too few is the last click from before, for knowing right from wrong. Trees seem like a silver bullet, while lights make out the lucid snow, paving off the golden velvet, shading the night's shadowy growth. For more, it's the time for hearty warming, a gift against the frost-lit sky, a fortune for all whom give by, for the bells give the time, it's high.
Our next piece is by Langston Hughes, one of the earliest innovators of jazz poetry and leader of the Harlem Renaissance. Christmas Eve, nearing midnight in New York. The Christmas trees are almost all sold, and the ones that are left go cheap. The children almost all over town have almost gone to sleep. The skyscraper lights on Christmas Eve have almost all gone out. There's very little traffic, almost no one about. Our town's almost as quiet as Bethlehem must have been, before a sudden angel chorus sang, "Peace on earth, goodwill to men." Our old Statue of Liberty looks down almost with a smile as the island of Manhattan awaits the morning of the child.
And that's about it for this episode. This podcast was recorded in our apartment in the Big Apple, New York City. If you like this podcast, do us a favor and take a minute to rate it and write a review. Contact us and let us know you did. And then we'll send you a bunch of stickers.
So subscribe now and follow us on social media so we can keep the conversation going and keep you posted about new episodes.
Until next time, I'm Chris.
And I'm Chris. And this is Christmas Time in the City.
Hi, this is Scott from Holly Jolly Xmas, your podcast destination for Japanese Christmas music. If you like Christmas music and are tired of the same old songs, this is the podcast for you. Join me each month as I explore my collection of Yuletide albums from Japan, featuring everything from city pop to 80s rock, long-lost jazz, and psychedelic garage rock. Subscribe now wherever you get your podcasts. It's some of the greatest Christmas music you've never heard.
Have you ever wondered why we sing and eat figgy pudding during the holidays? How does the butter letter from 11th century Rome create the perfect holiday dessert? Join me, Glenn Warren, on Seasons Eatings as we explore the history and origins of your favorite Christmas foods. So head on over to seasonseatingspodcast.com to subscribe on your podcast app of choice.